Hello and welcome back to the Wizards Arena. My name is Dreadhorn, and today my fellow Planeswalkers, Wizards of the Coast, went nuts. They just blew up so many things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 cards got banned. Wham. They just, they just, they did it. I personally don't like banning these many things. Like, I don't mind banning like one or two cards in a format. When you give the format a couple weeks to shake out and see where things land, it's when you get things like this where you just ban ungodly amounts. So, with that said, let's get in here and break this down to see what exactly we got. Historic Omnath. Locus of Creation banned. He was on the suspended watch list. Just get rid of the watch list suspended thing. You know, you can have the thing like a watch list saying we're keeping an eye on these cards. They're not banned yet, and then you'd have being banned. Like, you put Tabal's Trickery and Arena Standard one best of one. There you go. We didn't ban it. We're keeping an eye on it. People probably prefer that to know that you're paying attention to it. Okay, so Omnath, big dumb thing. Last couple of years, they've made dumb things. Moving on. He's just dumb. Uro, this guy is just, again, more of the dumbs. He's a huge creature. He's got a relatively cheap recursion ability for late game if you need him, if you're grinding it out. He's got life gain, which hurts burn. He's lets you ramp, because he's a ramp card on top of all this stuff. So you just slap more lands into play, so you can play like Ulamog and other big, dumb things. Like, he just does too much for too little. Like, things that draw you cards use your much smaller bodies. Things that recur are much smaller. Things that let you ramp are usually like 1/1s for 3. It's just so many different holes he's got. Like, he should cost way more mana to do all this silliness. He's just, what? Moving on. Like, just let's get out of here. The Bladester Spy and Undercity Informant do the same thing. They are in spells. Come on, work with me. That's fine. Get it out. I don't care. Nobody wants it. They're apparently trying to salvage Pioneer, so when the COVID lockdown is over, they might have a format. Fine. Pioneer sounded great when it first came out. I don't care. They waited too long on the Heliod Walking Ballista combo to nerf it. So people stopped caring. They just felt it would be a combo format. And they also decided that getting rid of Teferi, this busted ass Planeswalker, was a good plan. Sure, he's ridiculous, annoying, he's just gross. Like, he's not fun at all. So yeah, that's fine. If a card really makes the tournament scene unbalanced, not fun, because you want to have the casual people interested in learning. So just get out. Don't let the door hit you. Uro is also getting the hammer dropped on him too. We knew this. Thank God. Secret layers, they told us. Get out. Like, just take Teferi and leave. Wilderness Reclamation is also going. Again, fine. Discard at uncommon when it was spoiled. I couldn't believe that this card was coming out. It was just mind-boggling at uncommon. I was kind of like, oh, this will be a rare. No, this was an uncommon. So, I am interested to see where Pioneer falls. I just don't know enough about this format. I don't pay attention. Historic is more surprising to me. They didn't hit the sacrifice cards or a goblin or an enchantment card. One of those those 3 decks are the 3 big ones. I would have thought they would have got rid of APs. At any rate, let's get into Modern here. Okay. Modern, they're getting rid of Field of the Dead. I didn't realize it was still allowed there. Fine. It should have been on Legendary Land. Oops. Seems to be their name game for the last 2 or 3 years. It's like, oops, we did an oops. Okay. Again, Mystical Sanctuary. Oops, we didn't mean for this to be a thing. Yeah. You're bad. Earl Titan. Yeah, we covered him. Oops. Simic Tabal's Trickery. Oops, we forgot to put the word opponent on counter target spell. If it was counter target spell, that's an opponent, it would have been fine. Nobody would have cared. So either they had an option going into this. They could ban it outright in a trillion formats, and further down the road, make one that says counter target opponent spell. Seems like that's what they're doing. Because the other option, which they don't do since 6th edition, is say, errata this and say it's supposed to be counter target opponent spell. Which I feel to new players makes a lot more sense. Well, this card says blah blah blah. Actually, even though that's what's printed, it doesn't do that. So you're wrong. You're an idiot. That's not what you want to do. So he's gone. And finally, I've been calling for it for a while. Simic Spirit Guide, gone. Just get it out. Get rid of it. It's not what Red should do for such a cheap cost. This enables combos way too easily. They probably should have gotten rid of it when they did Faithless Looting. This is a big one. I welcome it. It should have been gone a long time ago. Even when we had Over Spirit Guide in Legacy, that was a dumb idea too. If there was more of a cost to this, of maybe exiling 1 or 2 cards or something, maybe the green one gave the opponent a spirit token or whatever. It's just being able to do this with Through the Breach and Grizzlebrand and Distant to Tabal's Trickery. Because even though you get rid of Tabal's Trickery, which is the big combo now, or the other Tabal Cascade deck, the issue is this is still letting you go off a turn earlier. Or 2, potentially, because Tabal's Trickery is red. You just Tormar's Crypt, turns it, boop, 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 Trickery. I did it. Did my trick. So this had to go. People might complain it shouldn't have gone, but yeah, no, it's gotta leave. Field of the Dead, I'm not sure if it had to go. This is the one I'm a little bit on the fence about, because Earl went, so maybe get rid of these 4. Because there was 8 versions of Earl. You just stick Earl and a bunch of dumb things together and you got a deck. So Mystic Sanctuary, Field of the Dead, blah blah blah. You get the idea. But I'm not upset Field of the Dead's going. It's just that dumb of a card. So long story short, none of these are really upsetting to me. It's going to be interesting to see how the format shakes out. Legacy. I'll be the first to say it. I don't play this. I don't play Legacy. I haven't played Legacy since it was really Type 1.5 back in the late 90s. They banned the Astrolabe. Yeah. 1 mana, draw a card. spend 1, fix your mana. It gets thrown in every deck. When you have a card that gets thrown in every deck, you gotta really look at it and go, why are we throwing this in every deck? Well, unless it's basic land, or fetch lands, or dual lands, you kind of have to step back and take a look at it. So yeah, that's fine. That makes sense to me. Dreadhorn Arcanist, I don't understand. I really don't. Yeah, I know it's getting played in Legacy a lot. I don't play Legacy, so I guess that it was getting so high on the percentage that they had to get rid of it. But like Fatal Push without a trigger, Path to Exile if you really needed to, Sword to Plow, Lightning Bolt, like all the removal hits this. It doesn't have hexproof. I just don't understand like why. Like I yield in front of superior knowledge. Like I just don't know. Okay, and the last one. Oops. Another oops card. Oko. This card got spoiled. People were like, oh yeah, whatever. It's just a planeswalker for loyalty. Yeah, la la. This is terrible. This is an awful, awful card. It's so powerful. It's +2 to make a food. Should have been like a +1. Its middle ability should have been -1. Why is it a plus to beast within a thing? I don't freaking know. I don't know what R&D is thinking. Like, they should be taken out back and beaten over the head. Like, it's just so bad. The loyalty starting at 4. Maybe it's fine with it starting at 4. But it probably should have started at 3 and have the ultimate be at -5, and that way you have to plus it twice. Then you could do it. So you got a few turns to deal with this thing, making food tokens. It's like so many other planeswalkers, you have to use their increase twice before you can ultimate. You mean I can use it once and then ultimate? Like, this is just bonkers. Like, and they were always trying to be, conservative on 3-drop walkers and be fair and stuff like that. But I remember when Lilyandra, the Last Hope, was spoiled, everybody says she was a big pile of junk, and then, a couple years later, she's like pulling out $50-$60 because she's that good and played in Modern like crazy. So you would have thought they would have learned there, but apparently no. We just have to slam it into overdrive when we get to Throne of Eldraine and have Throne dominate every format. Okay, next up we got Vintage. Lures of the Dreaming Den. He's back. The only reason I think this happened is they really, really don't like banning creatures. I mean, restricting creatures in Vintage. And this guy was banned. So, I guess so. He was gotten rid of real quick before the rule change happened. So that's why they're bringing him back. They even say down below when they explain everything, if you read the whole article, that's why. And they like having the full card catalog available to you. So I feel like if in the next month or two he becomes too dominant, they'll just restrict him. Then you spend the 3, put him in your hand, and you go to cast him, and your opponent says no, or whatever, and he's just done. So, sweet. Yep. Now we're down to the thing that everybody was expecting, some kind of tweak to this. Cascade is fixed. No more Bloodbraid Elf, oops, to ball into the flip side. You have to be able to cast that spell. So, Tibalt, the god is 2, but the backside 7, well, I can cast the front part so I can do the other side. Nope. No more. That's just evil. Ain't happening anymore. Get that stuff out of here. So those are the big changes. This is just a lot of stuff going down. Big bombs everywhere. Big one will be Modern to see how that shakes out. Pioneer, I don't play, but it'll be interesting if that helps revive the format. So, there you all go. My name's been Draymore with the Wizards Arena. Please like, share, subscribe, comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.